Hello from Kingston. It is February 6th. As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day. Thought I'd get out for a bit of a ride today. I couldn't pass up the sun even though it's just only a bit below freezing. And today I want to talk a little bit about how I've dealt with anxiety. So as I'm out exercising, I'll spend a few minutes talking about some of those things that I'm doing that help alleviate my anxiety. Pretty nice place for a rest stop. Kingston Mills Locks. The ducks out there chilling out. So the good news here in Canada is that the groundhogs didn't see their shadow, which means spring's supposed to come early. And believe you me, in this neck of the woods, we certainly look forward to our springs after long winters. I guess one of the nice things of having seasons is you really tend to look forward to the next season as it comes along. And sort of getting back to the subject matter at hand, that's one thing that used to cause me anxiety when I was a bit younger, was just all that dread of, oh, winter's coming, or this coming, or that's coming. And a lot of times it was things that you really can't control. So I think as you mature a bit and you hopefully gain some self-awareness, that's kind of one thing that might help a little bit alleviate some of the anxiety, is just, accepting certain things that you can't control. So anxiety can kind of feel like a ball and chain or an anchor for a lot of people. And as I've mentioned, I've dealt with it for many years. For me, I don't think it's been debilitating. It certainly has had impacts on many aspects of my life, ranging from, personal to work to family and relationships of all sorts. Just having a nice warm tea. It's a good idea to bring in a cold bike ride. It's starting to get a little chilly, so I'll get moving soon. But before I do, we'll talk a little bit about, again, how I've coped with some of the anxiety. And of course, given the focus of most of my life and this channel with sort of an active fitness lifestyle, it's been way more than cycling. I post a lot about cycling, but I'm very active and love all sorts of different things. So whatever it is for you, I do think just physical activity and fitness is a good way to alleviate anxiety. It doesn't necessarily get rid of the root cause of the anxiety. That's up to you to sort out with whatever help you need. And I certainly hope that you find that. But certainly for me, it's just moving my body and physical challenges. I need to kind of have that to get me out of my head. And so, but for me, it's a good way to bring me back to what I love. I know my partner and I always talk about when we're on nature walks by ourselves or with the dogs. It's like, that anxiety or whatever those troubles are haven't gone away, but you don't feel them. In winter, I certainly do a lot more. I do kind of weight training. I've been doing some spin classes as well. I love yoga. I think yoga is a really good way to, to both exercise and help build a mindfulness practice. So that'd be the other thing I would suggest, is build a mindfulness practice, whatever you want to call that. Mindfulness basically is more being aware of your thoughts, your sensations, which can help you catch your anxiety maybe before it gets out of hand and manage it a little bit better. I've been doing that for many, many years. It kind of comes and goes. I've meditated or I've just used apps, but I think the central premise behind that, whatever it is you do, is I find I'm better able to catch when I'm tensing up in my shoulders or my breathing's off or I'm overthinking things. So that's something to try as well. Here on the beautiful Lobbin Crossing, heading back to my home. See the river's opened up. This is the Cataract River. And downtown Kingston past there. Beautiful city. That's one thing with anxiety you might want to be mindful of is it's very easy to think everything is doom and gloom. And there are times when maybe it is, but as part of the mindfulness practice, if you can incorporate some recognition of beautiful things and gratitude that you have in your life, that certainly can help things a little bit. Well, this is a nice place to wrap up this video as I walk through the Sandbanks Provincial Park and all its beauty. So just to recap a few points, what I felt is things that have really helped me to alleviate some of the anxiety that I felt at various times in different intensities over all of my adult life. One thing that's always been there and always has been a big piece for me has been an active fitness lifestyle. Moving your body has been central to all of that, whether it be hiking with dogs in a beautiful spot, going for a bike ride, yoga, lifting weights, and again, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter what that is. For you, it may look different. So I think for me, developing a routine is really important. It just keeps me on track. It's something I can look forward to in the day. Move my body and being active. As I mentioned earlier, as I gotten older, you kind of realize again how little control you have over anything in life, especially people and their decisions. And of course, that trying to control things can be certainly a source of anxiety. So I think another way to put it is look at maybe how you can influence people versus how you can control them. Are there things you can do that are more productive, that will also serve you? That's a bit of a tricky one, but that's kind of how I try and operate now. I think the last point is I'll touch on is more just again part of the lifestyle is really what you put in your body and how you eat can have an impact even on your mood. When I eat crappy and make bad choices, more processed food and sugar and too much coffee and everything, it can certainly lead to some agitation. And when I eat cleaner, I feel so much better, which helps me perform better in terms of daily life and my athletic endeavors and just my overall energy. I had to ask myself why I'd even make a video about this, as it is pretty personal, but it's nothing I've ever been ashamed of. And again, the anxiety has been there on and off for a long time, and I just really wanted to not make it appear that I have this all resolved or have it perfect or I'm better than anybody, because everybody's journey is all personal. But my hope is that some of these tidbits of information and maybe a little bit of inspiration for people to make sure they incorporate some of these lifestyle habits and tips that can really be helpful, as it's really had a big impact for me. Well, that'll wrap it up from beautiful Prince Edward County in the Sandbanks Provincial Park. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, feel free to comment of something you felt resonated with you, or if there's something you're doing that helps you to, feel better and alleviate your anxiety.